Hello you massive stinkers, and welcome back to another video on the channel, where today we're going to be talking about a shotgun in Wonderlands that I legitimately recommend nearly everybody have on pretty much anything ever. Bear with me here as I get you all up to speed in the multiverse of madness. Last week Gearbox buffed all Torg weapons by 17.6%, and also the gun that we're going to be showing off today, the Swordsplosion, got a massive buff. The damage scaling of the Swordsplosion was increased by 14%, the fire rate was increased by 194%, and the projectile speed 150%, and also a change to what parts it can spawn with. Now, this was actually a gun in Borderlands 2 in the Dragon Keep DLC. I'm not gonna lie, the gun was kinda some arse back then. I know a lot of people liked it, but that's fine. I like a lot of things people don't like. For example, that one rat game. This is the greatest game ever. But the Swordsplosion in Wonderlands is wildly different from the BL2 counterpart. While it does have the impact mode, which just shoots out the normal swords, that is not the star of the show. The star of the show is the sticky mode on the Swordsplosion, which you can fill enemies with, and when you reload, it makes a massive sword that comes out of the ground, impaling them and dealing damage to them basically numerous times. And there was such a massive buff to the Swordsplosion, and just Torgs in general, mainly stickies in general, that the Swordsplosion is now one of, if not the most highest DPS shotguns in Wonderlands. Now let's talk about where you get this thing. First of all, we're in Wargtooth Shallows. This is literally a part that you go through in the plot quests in the story, and we're going to be killing LeChance. Everybody knows who LeChance is, myself included. Well, he also drops the Swordsplosion. You could also be a filthy Chad and go to the Chaos Chamber to get your drop, but we ain't got time for that, chief. The Swordsplosion is so good that it literally makes my Clawbringer deal damage. Now that, my friends, is what we call class. Now, honestly, let's talk about just how strong the Swordsplosion is, because since the hotfix that was released, especially the one which affected the Torgs, a lot of people have been saying that Gearbox have basically lost their mind, and that none of the Torgs needed an overall buff, more so specific buffs to specific weapons. Now, the Swordsplosion is one of them weapons in Wonderlands which was already fairly okay with the right build. It now feels really good. However, what a lot of people, myself included, are fearing right now is that when Gearbox revert the nerf to Torg manufacture, which they might just do, the Swordsplosion is going to get caught in the crossfire and thus will be ruined once again. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of the state of the Swordsplosion? Is it too good? Is it not good enough? Oh, good lord. But more importantly, let's talk about the general topic here. Did Torgs need a buff? This was a very controversial change which got a lot of people talking, and I know that everyone is pretty 50-50 on it. In fact, I think it could be even hard to say 50-50. A lot of people just don't support the buff to Torgs because, again, Torg stickies were already some of the strongest things in the game. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the Swordsplosion is going to get nerfed, or do you think they're going to tone down the Torg manufacturer, subsequently still nerfing the gun? I am of the belief that they are 100% going to look at the power of this thing in the future and the power of Torgs in general. I honestly don't know how that buff got through, so it is very peculiar. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you later.